Plays, I don't really know because I don't start the season with like this is the number of plays that we're going to run. It really just depends on how effective the ones that we have in are, where our execution is with it, and then I've got to figure out as a team, what's our learning curve, what's too many. So we still have some other stuff that we have to put in, and I'm just trying to piecemeal it throughout the season, but we're a little bit fuller than we were when we started the year.
With the stuff that you have been running so far, do you think it's been executed to your liking?
For the most part. I mean, there's times where our execution could be better, an angle on a screen, the timing, but that's what practice is for, and that's where we're aiming to get that execution even better.
Chris, you seem to be pretty happy with point guard play so far. The fact that you tweaked your offense, the fact that not everything has to go through that position, how much do you think that's made a difference for those guys, maybe especially since he was here last year?
I think Darius has matured. I think he's gotten better. I still think there are areas that he needs to do a better job in, but I do think that our offense, like I said from day one, is a little bit more conducive to our personnel, and I think Darius, for the most part, understands who he is in relation to the rest of his team. I think he understands he's got a couple guys that can do damage in the interior. I think he recognizes who can really shoot the ball and how to get those guys looks, and I think Fresh has always really been that way.
Akron really hasn't had a ton of trouble with three teams that you all played. What jumps out at you about them?
Number one, they play really fast. Two, they have some guys that can shoot the ball at a really, really high level, both in the half court and the freedom that Coach Gross gives those guys in transition. So the blowout wins that they've had, none of those teams could keep them in the half court. They really go quickly from defense to offense, even on a made shot. So it's going to be the fastest team we've played by far. They have more threats on the floor than really any team that we've played thus far. So it's going to be a big challenge for us as a team defensively.
Do you do anything different when you face a team that's a little quicker than the norm? As far as in preparation?
We certainly, stress what they bring to the table. I mean, there's a few drills that we may tailor practice to try to sharpen our saw in those areas. But, we want to be good in transition defense no matter who we play. Certain teams make it easier, and our team just has to understand that Akron isn't one of them.
Sometimes when guys come back for injury, especially if they've been out for a while, the mental hurdle is far greater than the physical hurdle. Even though it was a small sample size, were you pleased with what you saw from Malik and David the other day? Because it seemed like they just played.
They did. We have big expectations for both of those guys. Malik has been in games before. This is not his first rodeo. For David, it's the first time he's playing college basketball. So there's going to be some ups and downs with both of them, but certainly David as well, especially with all the pressure that comes on, playing the point guard role. But no, I was really pleased. It was a small sample size, as you say, but I wouldn't have put them in the game if I didn't think they could be up to the task and help our team be a better team.
Yeah, David obviously hasn't had a lot of time in live action in practice, but how's he picking up the offense so far?
I think Dave's got a really good IQ, and even though he hasn't necessarily been against live competition, he's been 5-on-0 for 4 weeks now. So he should understand, where guys need to be, what the play is designed to do. And I don't think he had any trouble with that, the other night.
Transition offense in the second half the other night, it seemed like it was really, really good. Stop someone and automatically leads to a fast break bucket. And that requires a lot of people to work together. How important is it for you to know that every single guy on your team, if they pull down a rebound, can initiate the next play?
Well, I think the most important thing is that we're getting stops. If we're taking the ball out of the net, we're not Carolina. We're not going to play that way. We are going to push it. We're not going to walk the ball up. But, for our team to be potent in transition, we got to get stops. And that was the key to the last 13, 14 minutes of the game, is we did just that. I think we have enough talent. We space the floor well. I think we're playing pretty unselfishly. We're obviously shooting the ball at a high level, and guys got to know their role within that break. But it all starts with getting stops.
Do you think the guys can sense that the competition level's about to rise a little bit?
They certainly better. I think, all you have to do is look on paper. If you're a player and you haven't had the opportunity to watch, Akron like the coaching staff has, at least to this point, on paper it shows that, we're playing a team that's more than capable. And they were down to the wire with West Virginia. They've won every game convincingly since then. So we recognize what a big challenge it is on Sunday.
Do you feel like the team's responded well in practice since the last game?
Well, we really haven't had practice. Because of condensed week last weekend, we playing on Sunday. We did not practice on Thursday. So we're going to go 2 hard days leading up to the Akron game on Sunday.
Anything else? Great, thank you all.
Thanks, guys. Yeah.
You guys all good? Good, all right.
How do you feel to get back out there?
It felt great. I mean, that's just the story of it. It just felt great.
What kinds of stuff were you allowed to do throughout the majority of your rehab? Like, how did you make sure that you were still staying in shape but not damaging your foot anymore?
I say through like the first 4 weeks, it was probably the most tough because I couldn't really have any pressure on this foot. So, I mean, through the first 4 weeks, I just went really hard in the weight room, upper body lifts and things like that. And then towards the later part of the injury, I began to be able to be on my foot a little bit more. So just to be ready, just doing stationary things like ball handling, form shooting, free throws, just things like that to kind of stay in the game.
I think so many times when somebody has an injury like you had, you can be physically fine, but there's a mental aspect that you trust that your foot's fine. Did you go through any of that at all? Because it seemed like the other night you were just playing.
I don't really think so. I had a great guy on my side, Fred. He did a great job with the rehab process, and throughout the entire injury, I haven't had much pain to it or anything. It was like one night where it throbbed, but after that, it felt great. So just going out there and playing was just one thing. Like, if something else was to happen, then it just would have to happen. I didn't want to, like, try to prevent anything,
You had an awkward fall during the game, like on a breakaway. Was that almost like a good thing, like, oh, everything's cool,
Yeah, you can't say it was a good thing because I did get hit in the same foot where it happened, and my leg kind of did land awkwardly. So just to know that it can't go through things like that, it did feel good to know.
When you were on the bench, on the bench with the injury, what did you kind of feel like your role was? Did you feel like you had to be a little more vocal, like more cheerleader type when they came back to the bench? Like, were you?
I wouldn't really say that because I think even now with me being able to play, I still got to be that vocal and be that cheerleader type while I am on the bench. But I think it was just about being able to peep more mistakes, being able to be a player's coach and just tell the guys mistakes that I seen and just try to help them correct them without being able to go out there and correct them myself.
Mack has said a lot about how you're maybe the most vocal guy when you're on the court. How seriously do you take that? You think that's kind of your role out there?
Yeah, I would say that I do a really good job of being vocal. I think that I got a loud voice, and with the knowledge that I've learned of the game, I think that I can do a really good job and do some really good things for the team with communication.
You weren't out there for that long the other night, but when you were, what were some of the things you were happy with? What were you not so happy with?
I mean, I was just happy with being able to have the opportunity to go out there and play basketball again. I wouldn't say I wasn't really happy with too much of the game. It was kind of closer in the first half, so I was a little bit disappointed. Just wanted us to do better in that area. But second half when I got in, I believe everything was going all good. Just got to get back to my game and get my skill level up.
While you were on the bench and watching the guys, what was your impression kind of as a player coach watching them progress through those first few games?
I say just learning that it's a lot harder to say than to do. I mean, watching the game, like, there was an instance in the game the other day where I just kind of messed up on something just a little bit, and, like, it's something in practice where I'm like, I'm thinking in my mind, like, that's easy. Just realizing that it's actually hard to be out there and actually get things done rather than just saying while you're on the sideline.
How much rust did you feel, Malik?
I say physically I didn't feel much rust, but just like it's just about getting – I feel like I'm at the same spot that I was last year, you know. I want to make improvements and I want to get better, so that's where the rest is.
Malik, obviously you and David got back at the same time, but what's your early impressions of David Johnson? What do you think he brings to the team with him having him back?
I think he brings a lot. Brings us a third point guard who can go out there and play the game. He's a terrific passer. I think his IQ for the age that he is, being a freshman, I think is terrific. I think he's going to bring a lot to the table. I mean, you see we got plays that he can go catch a lob, man. You don't really see that a lot out of point guards.
What do you think about how Steve and Aiden held it down while you were out?
I think they did great. Aiden had a much more of a learning process to go through than Steve, and I mean he's still learning, but just going out there and playing hard every night, those guys was doing a really good job with that, and that's the number one thing that we can ask for.
As an older guy, do you kind of feel like you need to be a leader type to Aiden? Like, are you taking him under your wing a little bit at all?
Oh yeah, since the first day he's got on campus, I wanted to be there for Aiden because I know the same position that he was in. My freshman year, I came in behind Honest, Ray, and then Steve as well, who was redshirting that year. And I mean, it was tough at times. You know that you're going to go against stronger guys, quicker, just guys who know the game better. And then, like in our system, it's hard to be a 5-man. So just telling Aiden the little things just so the coaches wouldn't have to, just being somebody he can come to was big for me.
Do you anticipate ever playing on the court at the same time as Aiden?
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past Mack and the staff to do that. Also playing with me and Steve as well, me and Aiden. I think that would be good for us.
You guys have been through a lot during your career. You experienced many things. What's the lesson that you guys can take away from the last game, that the first half, and being much closer than it was anticipated?
I think like overall total, like just sticking with it. Good things are gonna happen. Never get down on yourself. Just know you gotta know that it's basketball. It's gonna be a game of runs. It's gonna be nights where you thought it'd be a 30-point game and it comes out and it's a 6-point game. You just gotta be ready to adapt. I think that good players are able to adapt to situations on the fly.
Akron's been running through the same schedule, dominating as well. Have you had a chance to watch them, and what's your impression?
No, I haven't really had a chance to watch Akron yet. I'll start getting into that a little bit more today, but I mean, I know they're a good team. They're 4-1 right now. We got 3 guys averaging double figures, almost 4. I mean, they are a good team. We talked a little bit about I know that they played the last team that we played, and they smoked them by about 30. So, I mean, that just says a little bit right there. We got a good team.
Anything else? Great.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.